What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Football Boot Hour. We are back live this week, obviously here on the Boot Wizard channel with me, James, Boot Wizard myself, and of course with my co-host, Andrew. Right now, we should be live on YouTube, and if we are not, I will fix that in due course, like that. There we go. We should now be live on YouTube. So, Andrew has been away for a couple of weeks, so we have a lot to talk about, a lot to catch up on, because obviously, Andrew and I only talk on the podcast. That's absolutely not true. How you been, Andrew? How's things? I feel we should catch up with you. See how life is. Alex Martinez, hello, my friend. Welcome, welcome. Be Rad, what's up? It's been well, you were sick and you were away in Tokyo. Like, a lot has happened since
I was in Tokyo, then I got sick, and yeah,
life is just crazy.
Oh my gosh, just been kicking my ass.
Matthew, welcome, sir. Good use of emojis, we love it. Yeah, Alex, you're actually you were bang on time, my friend. Welcome. So what we're going to do today is we are just going to talk about some stuff that maybe we want to bring up or we want to talk about. We're also going to get into all the releases over the last 3 weeks all together.
It's been 3 weeks?
Well, the 2 weeks you're away and then this week. So yeah, we'll do kind of 3 weeks together. We did a little bit when my brother stood in, when Luke stood in, so we won't go back over those.
Cool. No.
That was cool. It was not obviously I'm biased.
That was really
it was cool to get my brother in, and it was very funny because at points it did feel like I had you sat there for certain things. I was like, he's like, oh, and here's my favorite boot. It's a power swerve. I'm like, well, there's a shock. Like, little bit of Ronaldo hate. It felt very well. Is this the right place to come for boots for wide feet? No, Matt, go away.
Not for you.
So. I suppose the place to start is I think we'll start with what have you been wearing. So because you've got your New Balance 442 Elite review out.
Yes.
Do you want to talk us through that and maybe what else you've got coming up?
Yeah, these are I was pretty impressed with these. They did a pretty good job. In spite of it being a synthetic, it feels pretty leather-like. There's some nice... Can you catch that? There's some nice grain to it. It could be... The sole plate could be a little bit better. And this...
I agree.
I swear this adds extra money. They could have charged a lot less if they didn't have this. Like, I understand you want to look like top tier, but this is unnecessary. We don't know if it's environmentally friendly when this peels off. It looks like it's just plastic. It looks like you're just polluting.
Yeah.
So
pointless.
But yeah, overall it's pretty nice. The knit feels pretty good actually, considering the price. It's nice and tight.
I really like that upper. It softens in a lot. Like it really starts to kind of get some really nice feel to it. I had mine out today, just to get some on feet shots for the review, and they've really started to kind of bed in really, really nicely.
Yeah.
So I was pretty pleased with those. I didn't love the heel. What were your heel thoughts?
Yeah,
I don't want to give away too much. Your review is there.
It was okay. It definitely could use some improvement. I think just the kind of the shaping of it isn't bad. Like New Balance's shaping of their heels is pretty decent, but they've yet to nail down like I don't know, say like the right amount of padding or whatever. So
yeah, I agree. That's cool. And what have you got coming up? What's after this one?
Actually, I've got something special.
I
have got Proper Boots has a review that he's gonna put up.
Nice.
Yeah. So
nice. I am looking forward to that.
Yeah. And then I haven't decided how I'll do the next 2 reviews yet after that, but the Alpha 2 is coming. And then the what's it called? The Icon 2 is coming as well. So
You already have the Icon 2 in hand, don't you? The white gold.
Yes,
yeah,
yes, I do.
Beautiful.
It's not in hand in here for some reason, but
it's around. It exists.
It's around somewhere.
Hussein, surely. What's up, man? How you doing? And Billy is also here. Did not like the fit of the tequila. Did you not like the fit overall? Was it just the heel? The heel, I understand why that didn't work for like some people. I found it fine, but I understand why it didn't work for some. But was it the overall fit? Because I think the overall fit was pretty good, pretty accommodating for most. But let us know, Billy. What have I been wearing? So I dropped my I finally dropped my Predator 25 review today. So this is interesting. Chat, you can Clippy,
hey,
welcome.
Hey, Clippy.
And welcome, Chris. So chat, you give me your opinion on this, because this Predator 25 review has put me in a bit of a position, shall we say. So I just put it out, and that boot has been out for nearly 2 months, like at this point, and I hadn't reviewed it up until now. But so what that means is my review, to me, this is a really good review. Like, I think this is like, I've got some really good detail in it. I understand the boot really well. There's a lot of nice kind of B-roll and on-feet shots, because I got to take the boot out to get on-feet shots twice, 3 times. Whereas normally I'm like doing a session and then another session to get on feet, and I'm kind of rushing that second session to get the on-feet shots. Whereas here I got to get the on-feet, I think 3 different sessions. I got to wear the boots for a bit longer, so I got a really good feel for it. So I think the review is better. But it's 2 months since the boot dropped at this point. And that means that I'm actually happier with the review, but the views obviously don't align with that. Like, the views don't align with the quality of the review, because a lot of people are not watching now because it's 2 months old. So, chat, I'd love your opinion. Like, especially if you have watched that Predator 25 review that I put up yesterday. Do you prefer that? Or do you kind of need that like immediate James, work your ass off and get that initial review out to us as quickly as possible? Be interesting to hear. But anyway, that's up. That's what I've been wearing. I also got a video up on these.
Saw that.
So this is the GX2 in the United pack, which I absolutely love this colorway. I think it's gorgeous. In all the boots, I think it looks really nice. But the video that I put up was essentially me having a giant pop at Nike, which I'm going to do again now, because why is this not in a women's fit? Like, why do we not have women's fit Nike boots? Like, this is, yeah, money. Obviously.
Yeah. Always money with Nike.
It was more of a rhetorical question, but yes, you're absolutely correct. Because this is designed for women's players. It's a women's colorway. It's going to be worn by 6 of the best women's athletes in the world. And we don't have a women's fit, which is insane. And I tied this back in my video to the to the ad that Nike ran at the Super Bowl. So I think this was a minute-long ad, which meant that it will have cost about $16 million for Nike to run that ad at the Super Bowl. So they spent $16 million on an ad which celebrates women's athletes, telling them to ignore everything else in spite of all of the negativity, all of the things that they get told that they can't do, that they can do it, and they can go and win. That was essentially the message. And then they decided that they were going to drop this and just not offer a women's fit. They haven't done a women's fit in forever. I just think it's hysterical. It's absolutely ridiculous. The hypocrisy is wild. Like, I don't... What the... You know what? Fuck it. Like we'll just deal with the monetization for this one. We'll turn it off. What the fuck, Nike? Yeah. What the actual fuck? Like, it's genuinely pissed me off, but it's pissed me off because of other things that have happened this week, which I'm also going to get into in a minute. but last week. But Jesus Christ, it's a beautiful boot. It's got the names of two of the best women's players in the world on the heel. Each of the boots has two women's players on. Why are we not accommodating women on women's boots? What the piss? Like, anyway.
I will tell you exactly why they don't. Not just money. They will go, well, we looked at the sales numbers, and the sales don't really back up. In fact, most women are buying men's cleats. But it's like,
of course they are. There's no other fucking option.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't provide it for them, they're not going to buy it. And plus, a lot of it is about education.
Yeah.
A lot of young girls, a lot of young women don't know they need to be buying women's specific fit.
Absolutely.
And they don't understand how it connects to injuries and stuff like that.
100%.
And we've got Project ACL going right now. And the fact that Nike has absolutely nothing to do with that really shows who they are as a company.
Yeah, it's
they want to have their cake and eat it without actually doing anything.
Yeah, I like I say, I ranted for a full 8 minutes apart from unboxing in my video. I don't want to go crazy here, but please do go and check out that video if you want to hear my full thoughts. I also point out exactly what Andrew says there, that part of the problem is that Nike go, oh well, they're buying the men's fit anyway. Why would we bother with a women's fit? Which is insane. Billy asked if anyone's actually done a good women's fit boot. Puma have their entire lineup in women's fit. So
Ida as well.
Yeah, they only do women's fit. They're definitely the ones to check out. I did the other one there. So they exclusively do women's fit, and then Puma have all of their boots are available in women's fit. I have the Puma. I'm not going to go and get it. I have the Puma King Pro in women's fit myself. So I've been wearing that. Essentially, it was a bit cheaper, and I really liked the colorway, so I thought I'd give it a go. The toe box doesn't really work for me as well as the unisex or men's fit, but the heel is actually all right, and so is the arch. So I'm kind of going for it. Sammy Phillips, Puma women's size doesn't exist in a men's size US 10, does it? I don't think so. I think there's a certain limit at which the women's cut off. They don't go to a certain large size, I think. Chris Bottle Boot Wizard going after Nike like he's doing the Super Bowl halftime. If I was stood up, if I was stood up right now, I'd put on a pair of bell bottoms and start doing the Kendrick walk. Oh, I loved that so much.
Please never do that.
No, the Kendrick walk, not the crip, but the Kendrick walk.
Okay.
Not where he was not the crip walk. I wouldn't the Kendrick walk. What Kendrick was doing. Very different. I'm not pulling the Serena out on that one.
You are too white for that.
I am way too white for that. I'm almost too white to enjoy Kendrick Lamar, but I do anyway. So anyway, that was that. That was rant number one. I will move on to what else I have here. I got these in today. So I've actually already been out in them once. So this was a vintage pickup. So this is the Puma Ultra Ultimate in the AG plate. Got this off Vinted. Took them out today already, and they cost me a grand total of €60 for a brand new in-box pair of Ultra Ultimates in AG. So you can all expect a Ultra Ultimate AG review coming, a full one for the channel. We'll do a proper big review for that. So I'm really looking forward to it. These are so I actually went true to size in these ones as opposed to half down, which I did with the other ultras, because I'm kind of in the middle of sizes with the ultra. Half down is the better kind of tight fit that I really want, but the half up has the better kind of comfort through the heel. These I've gone for the kind of true to size option, that regular kind of US 8, UK 7. And they're so comfortable in the AG plate. For what you'd expect for a boot like this, these are so comfortable. I'm very impressed.
It's so hilariously sad. Quick plug for Noah's future
size chart
8 review.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you need to go watch that. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. But it's so crazy because Puma, that Ultra, they've done so much stuff right.
The Ultra's amazing.
Their AG plates, their MG plates are incredible. Their HG plates are incredible. They're doing so much right, and then the future just exists. It's just
which was its first mistake.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's one of those. It's like you got a face only a mother could love, but like no mother loves that. No mother loves that.
So
mother's looking at that going, no.
I second what Andrew said. Go and check out Noah's review of the Puma Future 8. If you've watched my review of the Puma Future 8 and you thought that I hated the boot and I was harsh on it, go and watch Noah.
James was being a saint compared to Noah.
Noah basically rage quits the review. Like,
it's so good.
It's just so amazing. Like, I hate it. And I kind of just end the review with my head in my hands, just like, what the hell? But Noah physically rage quits the review. It's amazing. Go and watch it. DJ says, hold up, the future is bad. Yes, sir. Yes, it is.
Yes.
So very bad. Sammy Phillips, do you guys prefer a thin or a thicker upper? Depends on what I want from the boot, to be honest. Like, I think personally, I prefer something that's a little bit thinner, a little bit more contact. But then, for example, I have these here. Let's move along to these. This is going to be a review. Yeah, there we go.
I knew you were going to pull it out.
So this it has a thinner upper, but it has this kind of pillowing and padding through it as well, which gives you this kind of like really nice, elegant, soft touch. That means that it's not really super thin, but honestly, Dick, please, I know I would say this about all my videos, but this review is coming quite soon. I would imagine next week, maybe the week after. It's basically done. Please watch it, because I don't think I have ever been so like effusive with praise for any boot ever. Like, I essentially lose my shit about how good this boot is for a full 14 minutes. God, it's good. God, this boot is good. But yeah, I was also wearing that.
It raises expectations of what we should expect, not just from a speed boot, but from just any synthetic leather boot.
Yep. So I'm pretty confident that my opening, like, I can't remember the exact wording, but my intro is essentially worded somewhere along the lines of, I thought that it was okay for everybody to make football boots for everybody to try, but stop that now. ASICS have won. Everybody can stop making boots. ASICS have won football boots. Like, that's roughly my intro, is that, like, ASICS have just won football boots.
I really want to sell a bunch of my stuff just so I can buy the next colorway in these.
Right. Yeah. I don't need another colorway, but I kind of need another colorway.
Yeah, you kind of need another color. It's one of those boots I want to have every single colorway in them.
Yeah, absolutely. These are so good. Plug for Tokyo Football as always. If you want a pair, go and check out Tokyo Football. They will.
And sock sleeves plug for Tokyo Football as well.
Yes, Tokyo Football for sock sleeves. Absolutely.
Yes.
Good one to go and check.
I won't say how he got them, but he reverse engineered some. He basically reverse engineered some ones that were issued to professional players. That's how he came up with his sock sleeves. He literally got a pair in, the ones that Adidas provides their pros,
and just reverse engineered the whole thing. Yep. Amazing. I didn't know that. There you go. Juan's whatever says, in your review you said it's softer. Do you think it could be related to the colorway of the orange V7 Plus, not the blue one you got? Ooh. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I missed your first bit. How long have you played in the Furon V7 Plus of your review? Since I've now got another pair, had the V7 before, and it feels way more plasticky and less soft. Yes, it could be the colorway. I only had one colorway of the V7 Plus. I usually end up with multiple colorways of boots, but I only had one colorway of the V7 Plus, which was the blue. And it could be the colorway. And my Furon did get, before I did the review, I think that Furon probably had about 6 hours in it because I'd lost most of the blue coating off the bottom had gone, so like it got a good amount through. So yeah, I can't comment on that too much. Matt says Andrew's X-Fly Pro 3 is the main review is the main reason I didn't buy the Tiempo Lux. Dude, like, I don't have an issue with the Tiempo Lux, like, per se, but it is night and day. The difference between those two boots is, like, the Tiempo Lux might as well be an academy level takedown as far as I'm concerned, if we're comparing it to the X-Fly Pro 3. I am going to, like, I did this last year. If this doesn't win Boot of the Year, I will be astounded. Actually astounded. It's that good.
The amount of engineering that went into this boot, right?
So good.
Yeah, there's so much engineering that went into this boot, and then like any other synthetic, like okay, these are synthetic leathers, similar style, but these are also fairly inexpensive, so it makes sense. Blah blah blah.
Absolutely.
It's still really really nice. This is worth trying, but like this compared to like almost any other synthetic leather boot is just like. This is the and everybody else is the tiny ones.
Yeah, like honestly, you could convince somebody this was leather, and not only leather, you could convince somebody this was like K leather. I think, you genuinely could. This has just turned into the Asics loving, or the Asics X-Fly Pro 3 loving. Oh my god, that boot's so good. Okay. We will move along. We're doing well here. 20 minutes in, we haven't even got through this. And the other thing that I have been wearing / got in today is these. Nice. I got the new Messies, but this is the Pro, not the Elite. So this is the first tier takedown. I've actually tried the Pro before in the gold colorway, I want to say, but only briefly. So I got these in to try them. And right here, right now, I'm happy to tell everybody, don't bother buying the Elite. Just try the Pro. It's basically the same thing. Okay, so it's the ways it's different. The heel isn't as nice. The fit is wider through the midfoot, but it has a slightly more pointy, slightly more narrow toe box, which has actually led me to buying a different size, which I'll explain in a second. The upper isn't quite as soft, and the outsole isn't quite as responsive. But all of those things are minimal. So like the amount that the upper isn't quite as soft, it's minimal. It'll break in and be fine. The amount that it isn't quite as responsive, you won't notice it. Like the amount that the padding in the heel isn't quite as nice, not a huge deal. Like it's just so good for the fact that it's 160 euros versus like 250 euros, something like that, which is like this is an incredible takedown boot. Incredible.
We didn't even get those. We only got the kids.
See,
they skipped the adult sizes completely. But
in the
Pro and Elite.
And
we didn't even get the Elite.
What?
No,
what?
but we got, he had like the apparel collection come with it.
Mm-hmm.
We got adult sizes in all the apparel.
Just not the boots.
Make it make sense.
Hey, Sub, how you doing? Thank you for joining.
I never find the X-Flies at retailers. The Ultras 3 are not similar at all. Completely different boot. If you want to get an X-Fly Pro 3, go to Tokyo Football. They ship worldwide. Their prices are really good. Like I think especially for Asics, they're about the exact same as the Japanese market, which is insane. But
I didn't pay that much for mine, I don't think. And the difference, Clippy, as well, is that as much as you have a ton of Asics boots in your Australian retailers, that is Australian specific market boots from ASICS, whereas the X-Fly Pro 3 isn't part of that. You have things like the Menace and things like that nobody else gets.
The testimonial.
Exactly. Lethal testimonial and things like that. So yeah, you get those instead. I do want to try that new Menace. I definitely say that.
Oh yeah,
Vieri 864 here. Just the Yamatokyo synthetic felt softer for me than the X-Fly synthetic. Now I love the Yamatokyo, but
yeah, the Yamatokyo, and I'm biased, so of course I like the Yamatokyo. But I will say this: yeah,
the synthetic is not as soft.
And the Pro 3 especially. So I know they did the limited models. These are softer than the limited models.
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Definitely softer than the Pro 3. But so that is my collection of things that I've been wearing / have come in. Now, I want to have a little tangent before we move on, if that's okay.
I've got a tangent as well, but let's.
Excellent.
You need to get this. You need to get this out.
I do. So I've actually been waiting for you to come back to do this. Because I didn't want to do this on my own and just have a rant by myself on last week's podcast. So for those of you that don't know, and if you do, you know exactly where I'm going to go as soon as I start this. Alan Brazil is a pundit on TalkSport Radio. Recently decided that
pundit is a very
strong
loose.
Yeah. He recently decided that in relation to Man United's plan to win, essentially to develop the club, to get the club back to winning, the Premier League, and get the women's team up to winning things like the WSL. This was being discussed, and he essentially got to a point where he said, nobody cares. They were his words. You can go and look up what he said. There's people trying to defend it online in comment sections, being like, oh, you need to watch the full clip. Like, you need to watch the nuance. I've seen the full clip. Like, he says nobody cares. Like, there is an argument to be made. More people worldwide will care about the men's team winning the Premier League. That's fine, and nobody is debating that.
Yeah.
Nobody at all. But he gets so flustered by being told essentially that he's wrong that he immediately just jumps into nobody cares. And I honestly, this is my opinion on the whole matter. I think that he can't handle the fact that he's been told he's wrong on a women's subject by a woman. I think I think that's part of the problem. And the way that he sits there and is like, nobody cares. And just assumes this crossed arms, man pose. It's just, it wound me up. And it wound me up because for those of you that know me and have spoken to me before, seen what I do, I love women's football. I bloody love women's football. I probably watch as much women's football as I do men's. In some cases, most weeks I will watch more. I have been to see far more women's football games than I have men's football games live over recent times. That alone means that people care, because I care. The fact that if you go online right now and there is a debate and a discourse which is literally people going, oh, but he's right, nobody cares. The fact you're having the debate means that people care. The fact that you are in somebody's comments saying, oh, but nobody does care though, and the person who made the video is going, but I care. It's it literally means the fact you are arguing over it means people care. And then people are just they're so fragile. There's people with fragile egos getting threatened by women's football because it's getting popular. You don't have to like it. You don't have to watch it. You don't have to care about it. You just have to let other people do it. Let somebody else go and enjoy it. You don't have to, and you don't have to be so upset and so hurt by this idea that other people are watching women's football and women's football is growing. And people being like, oh, well, not, there's not 80,000 people filling a stadium every week. No, there's not. But the statement that was made was that nobody cares. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of people who have quite literally go to games every single week. and they care. I like, as you can see, this has really wound me up because I'm like, what the actual fuck, like, is he talking about? Because like, I was at Wembley when the Lionesses won the Euros. There was I think it was 86,000 people there. You tell me that 86,000 people didn't care. You know, you can bring it back to Man United if you like, if you really want to. This is my Man United shirt for this year. Women's name, women's numbering, WSL patches. I don't have a men's shirt for this year, a shirt with a men's player on for this year. I have a Canada shirt. Man United women's player on the back. We can keep going. My USA shirt, Rose Lavelle on the back.
Mm-hmm.
I just enjoy this one. This is a Lose FC women's jersey. These guys do equality, equal pay, equal facilities, men and women.
Yeah.
And that says she doesn't play for them anymore. But Frida AC, if you haven't checked out her social media, she's incredible. Go check her out. That's on there. Like I say, my Denmark shirt, women's. It's a women's Denmark shirt for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
My England shirt, Rachel Daly on the back. And I'm not saying that.
It's a good one to have.
That is a good one to have. I got
That's
I was so pleased. So pleased I got that one. Other England shirt that I wore to the Euros. Lauren Hemp signed
That's
by.
another good one.
Like, my Japan shirt.
Yeah, I need to get that shirt.
Such a good shirt.
And here's the thing that really frustrates me as well. People complain constantly about how men's players are too standoffish and too separated from, the fans and blah blah blah, and they're overpaid and yada yada. And there's a wall between professional players and the fans, and that doesn't exist in women's football.
No,
the fan interactions are so much better.
Absolutely. And it is partly because the game is smaller. And like I say, nobody's debating that the game is smaller.
Yeah.
Nobody's saying it's as big as the men's game. Nobody's saying it has as many fans, has as many people coming on a regular basis. This conversation also had nothing to do with people, with anybody saying anything about equal pay or anything like that. Nobody mentioned it until people started getting in comments being like, oh, well, equal pay. Like, nobody said anything about that. And there's nobody in the WSL. There's not a club in the WSL that is currently trying to get equal pay for their women. They're trying to be paid fairly, and they're trying to be compensated and supported fairly by their clubs. For example, Man United being asshats. But the equal pay debate raged around the women's US national team because the women's US national team made more money than the men. So there was an argument to be made there. Nobody in the WSL is trying to make that argument. No, it's not as big. No, it's not. That's fine. You don't have to like it. You don't have to watch it. Also completely fine. Like, I don't like watching darts. But that doesn't mean when somebody turns around and goes, I quite like darts, I do. I don't go, darts, fuck darts. Darts is shit. You're shit for liking darts. Shitty shit. Like, just let people enjoy things. Like, just let people enjoy things. Like, oh my God.
Chris Potter makes a really good point.
Yeah. It's a great. Women's football was essentially banned for 50 years.
If you want to know, on a more basic level, if you want to know why men's and women's categories exist for everything, it's because women started beating men in like the 60s and 70s, and they couldn't handle that.
There you go.
There are pictures of women running marathons against men and men trying to stop them from doing it because they were beating men.
Yeah, like it just speaks to, like, for Alan Brazil in particular with this, and the people that are following him and saying that he's right. You're not right, because people care. I care. And the reason, and it's a fragile ego thing, in my opinion, and it's sexist, and that's all there is to it. You need to just get over yourselves. B-Rad, you're probably right about the darts. The darts is probably amazing when you're there. I'll give you that. I'm just never going to watch it on the TV.
We all agree cricket is bitch. Look, cricket's actually pretty fun to play. Like if you're just hanging out with mates and stuff like that, or you doing like what we had, like we did French cricket in school, where you set up like the two cones and you use a tennis ball and stuff. That was fun. But yeah,
how to make cricket worse? Make it French.
Yeah, I made it better.
Daniel Johnson, just while we're here on about Brazil, what do you think about the Kerr comments this past couple of weeks? I think this is another example of the media leaning into something because it is a woman and it is a woman of color. There are so many men that do things that are. She's been found not guilty. Let's say that.
Yeah.
But like, there's so many men's footballers involved in like sexual assault and things like that that gets swept under the rug and does not get nearly as much coverage as a woman of color who was essentially who apparently startled a policeman somehow, who also decided that it was a good idea to speak to her in a demeaning way. Like, there's no way you can defend every action that she or Christy Mewis took. Like, they were wrong in many actions of what they did. But when you look at the whole picture, like, that police officer didn't file a report regarding much of this until 11 months down the line. Like, it's ridiculous. The media coverage is a circus, in my opinion, around this, and it's because she's a woman. It's because she's a person of color, and I think that's ridiculous. Should she have acted better? Yes. Like, she shouldn't have probably been that drunk. She shouldn't have thrown up out the window of a taxi. Kirsty Mewis shouldn't have kicked out the back of a taxi. But the taxi driver locked the doors and drove off, telling them they weren't going to take them home. Like, what you expect? Like, understand a woman's experience. Understand that. Like, as a man, it's very difficult to put yourself in that position, in their shoes. So try and look at it from that perspective, and then look at it from the perspective of a woman who is essentially fearful because of that position, and it's a woman of color, and and the additional prejudice that they face all the time. Like, I think there's the media response to it has been not surprising, because the media is a joke most of the time, but it has been disappointing, and I think blown up even more and negative to Kerr, because essentially she's a woman. There you go. You got me rants all day here.
It's also because she called him a stupid white bastard, and oh no, you're racist against white people. You can't be racist against white people. Sorry. So on to nicer things.
Like custom adlers. We love custom adlers.
Yeah. So it started this week. I put up a little reel saying how they're limiting it to people who've worn Adler before, so that you know your size and everything. People don't get upset. I've noticed, I was looking at the orders, and I've noticed some people are ordering wides. I don't think anybody's feet are that wide, so we'll see what happens. And it's you can add the midfoot shank. You can do narrow fits. You can do the regular fit. I've got a midfoot shank in these. It makes a big difference.
Put the midfoot shank in everything. If anybody's doing it, put basically a midfoot shank in everything.
Yeah. So it was. I'm really happy with how it started out. Obviously, I wish it could be cheaper, but you can't. Somebody was pointing out in the comments of the Bootcast about how, like, oh, I just want to be able to change the color and put some embroidery on it, like Nike. I wish it was cheaper. And it's like, okay, Nike actually pre-makes thousands and thousands of their ID models and then just print the name on it. And
this is why you'll see on the Nike ones, you'll see the sizes run out. You'll see on Nike, like, so they make the base color like thousands. That's why there's a limited number of base colors. They make thousands of the base color, and then they customize a lot of the stuff from there. And the same with the sole plates and stuff. So Nike will sell out of certain sizes, which is why that happens, because they've made a certain amount already.
And for Adler, these don't get made until the order is placed. The boot does not exist. The color does not exist.
Can you
actually break it all down?
Yeah, can you? I think he means midfoot shank. Can you break down what the midfoot shank is?
You can get the leather shank.
Okay, go on.
So like this one has a carvo, right?
Yeah.
And my recommendation is probably for the carvo for the most part, but there is a leather midsole option, like on the Jarmacon, the classic boot. There is a leather midsole, and then once you add the shank is what really gives a springiness in the midfoot and adds a little bit to a forefoot. So what you'd be getting is a leather midsole with shank.
With the shank.
The shank is what gives most of the spring back. Just the carvo by itself is a little bit, but like the midfoot will be far too bendy. I nearly said the Japanese word there. But yeah, adding the midfoot shank helps a lot. And I've been telling everybody, just go ahead and get the midfoot shank. Whether you get the leather or the carvo, get the midfoot shank because you'll appreciate it. Does the leather help with comfort? Kind of. But I don't know. It's I don't think it makes a huge difference.
You're probably better off with the carvo, is what we're saying.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah. Normally with the carvo, the thing is, carvo, because it acts similar to carbon fiber, and there's a lot of pros who wear carbon fiber in their boots because it's actually good for your feet. Well, it's good for some people's feet. I don't want to generalize. Not everybody works well with it. So I think the carvo is good. How pink is pink leather? It's pretty pink. Show the red and black Adlers again. There you go. What's the time frame between placing an order and getting it? It's about it. It can be up to 2 months at the moment. There's been a lot of orders. So,
but I think a custom made boot, literally from you order to receiving it, I don't think 2 months is out of the question.
No,
I don't think that's ridiculous. Like I wouldn't be upset by that.
Yeah, shank is more for stability.
Yeah, shank is a stability element, but like I think what we're saying with the leather is that it's a leather midsole with a shank is what you're getting, as opposed to a carvo with a shank. That's the main difference there.
Yeah, the metallic black is shiny. Oh yeah, I want to see. So B-Rad ordered some fluorescent green ones.
Nice. There's a few cool colors that I've seen as options that I'm like, I really want someone to order that because I need to see it.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you do order Adlers, if you order custom Adlers, you have that ability. Please share the images with us. We'd love to see them. We'd love to put them up on the podcast as well if you can. So that's pretty awesome. The gunmetal does look great.
It does look really good. Yeah, there's sure. Some more. There's more J League players popping up with Adlers now. So, and I need to be clear: Adler's not paying those guys. Those guys are buying their boots from Adler.
There you go.
Yeah. So now Adler may be working with them in terms of like getting a more custom fit or something. But those guys are absolutely
they're still paying.
They're absolutely paying for it. So.
Yeah. On business, yes, you can custom order Adlers provided you have ordered Adlers before. And as Andrew explained, I think this is a really smart way to do it to begin with because you cannot return them. So you need to be able to know exactly what Adler size you need, exactly how they fit in order to buy the right ones. So yes, you can order them, but only currently if you've ordered Adlers before.
Lishan Yui doesn't like the lip. I can understand that. And the one thing I've talked to Adler a lot is the sole plate itself needs to be improved. It needs to be updated.
Yeah,
it's fine. It's serviceable. It works. But it needs to that needs to be updated.
There we go. I am going to find our boots to rank, which we're going to try and do at reasonable speed. If you want to answer Footloose Boots' question about the red.
Yeah. Is the red custom same as the red as the standard red? It is indeed.
There we go.
So what you'd be getting is just a standard red with some customization on it.
Okay, let's move on to our... multiple rankings of things. So I've just got these all, but these are in random order. So we have this is the third Puma Future 8, Puma Future Creativity Pack. This is for Neymar. There was a collaboration with LaMelo Ball. He has NBA shoes. What are they? Trainers. And these are all right. Like, I don't dislike them.
They're not bad looking. The thing that makes me like kind of wince is just thinking about what boot it's on. Like, if this was on the Ultra,
yeah,
awesome. But it's on a Future. It seems like such a massive waste of time.
We have such an inbuilt bias against the Future and any colorways that are on it.
Clippy's
nailed it right there.
And even here's this football. It's like, I don't mind these. Too bad they're Future.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Everybody's like, I would wear that. I would actually wear that. It's a Future though.
Yeah, this Future is dead on arrival, man. Yeah, so I propose that no Puma Future colorway, no matter what it is, can go above meh because it's a Puma Future.
Yeah. We'll put it in meh. Put it in meh because the colorway is awesome.
The colorway is great. It's just on a Future. So, meh.
Lipstick on a pig.
There you go. Okay, next on the list. What have we got? Oh, I got a new Ultreza colorway.
3. Oh my gosh, I was really shocked we got a new Ultreza 3 colorway.
Yeah.
It looks good. The boot's awesome. It's a very comfortable boot.
Big upgrade from the Ultreza 2, I remember you telling me.
A massive upgrade. The Ultreza 2's leather was absolute garbage.
Nice. So I think these are fairly straightforward. I don't dislike them, but I'd almost be tempted to put them in meh, to be honest.
Apparently that green really pops in person.
Okay.
So, but yeah, meh is fine.
Meh, I don't think there's much more than that.
S2S Creations, these are fire. Sorry, buddy.
The
pig would Clippy. The pig would probably fit better.
S2S Creations, thank you for joining us. S2S Creations does some amazing stuff. If you want to check them out, by the way, so please do. Let's move on to what is. Oh, look at those!
Great looking colorway.
Dear
Why did
Lord.
they put it on the Razor? Put it on the put it on the boot. That's actually the better boot of the two.
Put it on the good boot. But that is so tasty.
Do you think they put gold on it so that Harry Kane can like imagine himself holding a trophy?
Just pretend he's got some kind of award. Those are beautiful. Those are great. Those are tippity top. Yeah. I love those so much. They'd almost details. Be if they go into a deep enough discount, there'd be enough to convince me to try the SKX, like the 1.5. Because I have the SKX 1, I don't like them at all. The 1.5, I might try if I can get those on discount because those are glorious. However, as you correctly said, hold on, load it up. Why is it not on these?
Yeah, and the thing is, these don't look bad.
No, these are great. I still like these.
It's just knowing that white gold exists,
right?
Makes me look at this, go, oh.
Yeah, why? This would look so good in gold. Like, these are still great. I still really like these, but I just want them in white gold now. It's like they've gone like old 90s game show hosts. It's like, here's what you could have had.
Yeah, right. Yep.
Oh dear. That's STS Creations. Drop us a DM about it.
Drop us a DM.
We will definitely discuss that. That's well worth it. Okay, so those both in great, the silver and the gold?
Yeah. I still like that. So the silver, because it's, I don't know, it kind of very slightly reminds me of the Vapor 3 white silver, which I had like 3 pairs of.
Nice. Yeah, beautiful. That is a fair comparison.
Skechers, Alex Martinez Skechers is definitely manifesting a trophy for Kane.
Oh, they got Kane. He went to Bayern, and they're like, Kane is going to pick up at least one trophy wearing our boots. And at the moment, they've got more. They've got more chance of Nottingham Forest winning something and having Elanga pick up a trophy.
Okay, actually, Bayern are top of the league right now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
they're definitely gonna win the league.
You're saying I've just seen the Tokyo shop and everything is so cheap. Thanks so much. Yeah, Tokyo football is great.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I believe you asked a question, and I'm sorry I skipped over it. Just real quickly, you asked a question earlier about the Morelia Elite. They don't exist in Japan. We have a Montecito line, which replaces the Morelia. I've heard the Morelia Elite's pretty good, though. So
there you go.
Skechers with the 500 IQ marketing.
Absolutely. Let's move along to...
Yeah, these are lovely. I love...
Delightful.
Yeah, I really love how these have come out. So the release was yesterday, so Friday for me. And they are...
See you, Alex. Thank you.
Alex. They sold out almost everywhere immediately. So I have a feeling we'll see more of this color. What Zuno did previously is like whenever they sold out a color in the previous alpha, they made more. So
I think Jesus Football says Elites are really good. I think I'm going to pick these ones up if I can in the Elite. I have a Made in Japan coming, but I think I'm going to try and pick these ones up in the Elite and try and do that review because I think that would be great. But yeah, those are. Are they good or are they great?
I think they're great.
Are they great?
And
I think they've grown on me since the initial images for sure. So yeah, I think great is good. Is the way to go. Also, shout out to Soccer Bible because this photo is theirs, and they take such nice photos. Like they take such nice photos. With that in mind, let's move on to a really terrible photo.
Lexus, yeah, I've seen that too. We don't talk about leaks, unfortunately, but I am so excited for those as well. They look amazing.
Yeah, they look good, but we don't discuss leaks. This is us not discussing leaks.
Yeah, right.
Footloose Boots, where you at, baby? It's here. I couldn't find a good picture of these.
These the only thing I change about these, because I absolutely love this color, but the only thing I change, red laces.
Oh, let's that might be a trip to SR4U laces for a pair of red laces on those.
Yeah. I mean, I want to try these so bad though. They look amazing. Everybody is gassing these up so much. And speak to me after the pod. I might have a.
Oh. Yeah. Just stick with me on that one.
It would be nice because I'm blooding messaging enough of these damn companies. I messaged TLSS, the Chinese company, a while back.
I've messaged them so many times. I'm like, come on.
Just answer all I asked was like, when are your boots starting to sell in Japan? I know it's coming. There's literally like 10 J League players wearing their boots already.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, just tell me.
Yeah. This colorway is fantastic. The boots look so exciting. I still haven't tried them. I do have a pair on the way. Yes. This colorway is great. Is it like, I don't know if this is accurate or not, but over here, the Sports Direct is like the main place that's advertising having them on sale. Sorry, pardon me. And they're advertising them as a USA colorway. Is that like just a coincidence that they happen to be red, white, and blue? Because I've not seen that anywhere else.
Yeah, I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. We're not even getting these, and I know why it is. It's because of the sole plate. But we have the Magnetico 4 Elite.
Boo.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think considering what we've already put in great, I don't know if we can put these in great, even though they're really nice. Are they great or are they good?
They're great.
Are they great?
Okay,
let's put them in great.
No, let's put them. We can put them in good because they don't have red laces. Now, I know Under Armour in the past has included a second set of laces.
Yes, all my Under Armour boots have a second set of laces.
It's ace.
Yeah. But yeah, these I'm so excited to try these. They are. I should have them. by the end of the month. So nice. Yeah.
Once I literally just talked about the Morelia 2 Elite. It's decent. It's not available in Japan. Billy, the TLS have amazing carbon fiber insoles, but you can't buy them anywhere. Yeah, they're really hard to get. Sorry for being annoying. Would you recommend getting Adler Yagarshu, MIJ Alpha, or A6 boots? Last question, I promise. I'm going to go for something controversial, given how much I love Mizuno boots. Get these. The Alpha looks amazing. It is the top speed boot on the market, but not quite as top as it used to be, I think. And I think it's not quite as speedy, but these are more comfortable.
Yeah, so I haven't tried the Alpha 2, but if you asked me to pick between the X-Fly Pro 3 and the Alpha 1, considering the Alpha 2 is obviously just like a small modification on the Alpha 1, if you ask me to pick between the Alpha 1 and the X-Fly Pro 3, there's no question I'm picking the X-Fly Pro 3. Like, no question. It's just so
a better
good.
boot overall. It's not a better speed. It's not a better speed boot.
Absolutely, it's just a better boot.
The Alpha is probably going to be the top speed boot again for the next couple of years. I don't see or foresee anything beating it out. But yeah.
Clippy, the Shadow colorway has been on the Australia Under Armour store for like over a month now. Yeah, it's been here for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. But we are catching up and we are behind. So moving on, I have what is next. Oh, we are behind. Jesus, so these came out like about 10 years ago.
Right. So it only feels like that because it's Puma.
Yeah. So this is the Ultra Carbon Speed Special Edition.
But this is what I'm talking about with the carbon. Do not make inline colorways with the carbon. Make it its own thing. This doing this is how it should be done. This is what Nike should do with the Superfly. Go crazy with it. Make just colorways just for that boot. Do not offer it anywhere else. Make the boot feel super exclusive. When you do this with the carbon, it looks super exclusive. And so it looks great. It's a good shade. It's a really good shade of blue.
It is, yeah. It's nice.
S2S Creations in the bin. Oh. How could you be so wrong?
The Ultra Carbon, the F50 Plus, and the Superfly should all have like a maximum of, say, 3, maybe 4 colorways a year, and they should all be specific and individual to that boot. They should never have an inline, never part of it.
If you're making a Halo product, it needs to be treated like a Halo product.
Exactly.
Limited, not many colorways, exclusive colorways.
Yeah.
Just do that.
It's not that hard. I think Adidas have done a good job with limiting the number of F50 pluses that have come out.
Yeah,
they haven't dropped in every single one. But I do think they should have had their own colorways rather than falling in line with the inline colorways. But I think they've done a good job with the with that. So, are we saying good for these?
Yeah, good.
Good.
It's the release date. Billy, is the release date for the X-Fly 6? I have no idea, buddy.
Yeah, no idea.
Summer is my guess.
S2S Creations. To be fair, I've never tried these, but for the money, there's just so many better options.
Oh, yeah.
There is, but I think so. This is where I'm starting to fall on the F50 Plus, and I haven't really tried them yet either. I think we have to give brands a certain amount of leeway on these Halo products because we don't want to discourage them from making them. All boots are too expensive. We have to say that.
Absolutely.
But I don't like even the F50 Plus not having laces. It seems like a dumb decision. But because it's a Halo product, okay, it kind of makes sense. Like, it's not the best product. It's they're trying something. It's maybe what we're going to get next time around. And I just think that we do not want to discourage brands from doing things like this. We really want to push them. And yeah, there are better things out there, but the Ultra Carbon is just such a special feeling. Like, it's so nuts. I
still need a pair in hand.
I was gonna say I'm not getting up. I've got a pair over there somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm not in the mood. Okay, next, what do we got? The Nike United pack, which we already looked at, so we just kind of need to rank it. I don't think this is great. I do think it's good.
I think it's meh.
You think it's meh?
Mm-hmm.
Ouch.
So I like some of the details, but I was talking with one of my friends who works at the store I used to work at, and he said compared to other boots in the lineup, they look and feel overly plasticky because of the colorways.
Interesting.
And the Tiempo was a good idea, but like when you put whose reel was watching? I was watching a reel, and it was just like they showed off the Mercurial, they showed off the GX, and there's a high quality uppers, and then they show the Tiempo at the end, and it's like, and here's the ugly redheaded stepchild.
So I will say, actually, I see where they're coming from. Hold on, see if I can reach down. So the upper on this doesn't feel any different. Like the grip knit feels exactly the same. However, they're absolutely right about all of the graphic and the design around the side of it. That in itself, the way that that's been applied, it's very shiny, it's very plasticky, and definitely has an element of being kind of like a cheap graphic that's been pushed over the top of it.
Because before it'd be totally like a matte finish on stuff like that.
Yeah, so I could imagine that, for example, on the Tiempo, where that graphic has, I assume they've applied it differently, but where that graphic has covered more on the Mercurial, where that's going to cover down into the midfoot of the boot because of how the Mercurial's built. That instep is going to have a portion of it covered by potentially this kind of shiny graphic. So I see the argument. And as a result, I will concede a meh. And also because they don't have a women's fit. So, there you go.
Yeah.
Extra meh for that. Yep. What do we got next? We're flying through these. We got 2 left.
Nice.
Boom.
It's very good. The white and gold one especially.
Yeah, so actually the last 2 are both the black and gold and the white and gold. There we go.
Nice. Not overly crazy. Very simple, very classy.
Yeah, I think they're really, really nice. I think the only thing that I don't want to see, and I don't think they're going to do it because they didn't do it here, is I don't want them to drop a new Tequila in a couple of months or a month or whatever, because that new Tequila has to be coming soon.
And then do another white pack. Yeah.
Exactly. I do not want to see a Tequila followed by a Tequila white and black.
They're going to do it.
And a Furon white and black.
They're going to do it.
Drop the Tequila, drop a launch colorway. Then drop your white and black Tequila. Do not drop another white and black Furon. I swear to God, I'll lose my shit.
They can't help it. It's like an itch. It's like an itch they have to scratch.
Oh, lame.
But these are good.
These are good. Yeah, I don't think they're great. They are good. Like they fall into that kind of like just really well executed category there. That, for my knowledge, is us completely up to date without... Hold on. I didn't put these in the picture because I had them in my hand. So we just need to rank these as well.
I'll put them in good. It is hilarious.
It's hilarious that it's essentially an R9 Mercurial on an Adidas boot. Like, I think Peretz put up a reel, didn't he, comparing the two? But yeah. Honestly, I'd be happy to put them in meh. Like, I don't love them that much. Like,
I actually like them.
I'm happy enough to put them in good. Like, they're okay. So yeah, that is all of the boots to rank. So we are up to date. So let's get into the comments. Andrew, what do we got?
Not sure if you guys have noticed, but the Nike tick on the current pink red colorway has a slick finish on the big tick on the toe, but the other colorways always have a sticky finish to them. Well, I felt like even the launch colorway had a slick finish to that tick.
Now I am going to get up. Hold on.
Oh, James is getting up. Oh, good. Now we can talk trash about him. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, he edits us. Damn, we can't say anything. He'll see it. I'm just waiting. It's good audio. Good audio. Or good audio portion of the podcast.
You've now all seen how messy the studio is today. There's crap all over the studio. So I have my Mad Ambition pack just here. These are slick for me. Like, and I thought the same with the Bauman colorway. Yeah, no, these are for me they're slick. So if that was just a ploy to get me to stand up when I've been avoiding doing so all podcasts, then congratulations, Clippy, you win.
It's very, very. I was just thinking right now, like I lost money when I sold my Mercs, and which normally you wouldn't think happens, but it happens. And I was thinking about my Vapor 13s and how much money I lost. I lost like a good bit on those. I lost like maybe about 25% of the value of those. And then like I've been on Mercari recently and seeing how expensive that colorway is now in an AG plate. It's just
which one did you have? The blue?
No, I had the like the pinkish red.
Oh, the Rosa colorway.
No, not the Rosa.
No,
the one that was red.
Why can I not remember this? Hold on. Vapor 13 red. Oh yeah. They had the black accent through the back. I know the one.
They're going for like 500 euros now.
What?
Mm-hmm. The AG specifically too.
The AG is way more in demand in general. People are dying for that AG Pro plate.
Rich, any recommendations for turf AG with extra cushion? Join the league. In the game with blisters on my feet, that was one of my favorite Yadagara shoes. Reach out to Tokyo Football and ask him for the Asics Distake KFF turf. I wear the indoors and they got lots of cushioning and they're very comfortable and they got a K leather forefoot.
I do not have a better answer than that. Clippy makes James stand. Yeah, he did. Yeah. You win. Dr. Stu, Mercs with the AG plate. That's an interesting one, of course, because you've got the Air Zoom unit that's under there. But I do find the Merc studs maybe a little bit on the long side, but I do see exactly where you're going with the Air Zoom under there for sure. The Volt green and black ones are very sticky in comparison. Yeah, I haven't tried those ones, so interesting.
Anyone have the Copa 19.1? Well, James doesn't review leather boots. I reviewed the laceless and I loved them. Saw Declan Rice is using them. I thought he's using the new Copa now.
I thought he'd updated now. He was wearing them forever.
Yeah, but I think he's wearing the new ones now.
Go and check out OC Boot Blog, the OC Boot Blog. Yeah. He has a full breakdown on the Declan Rice kind of Copa 19 situation. But they seem to be well liked. Simple enough boot, but well enjoyed.
If the Asics DS will come in black. I don't have any discount codes for Tokyo Football. Sorry, they don't really tend to do discount codes.
Yeah,
considering how inexpensive their boots are relative to the rest of the market, it's understandable. A black,
I haven't seen a black Asics
not yet. No, not at the moment. Long-standing question for Andrew: how do your reviews of all the different boots influence your relationship and advice direction you give to Adler? That is a very good question.
I'm just going to move my mic. You go ahead, sir.
So basically, I've said this before. We have a very open back and forth and stuff. The guy who's kind of my boss is actually like younger than me, so it's kind of wild. But obviously, the dude's very, very knowledgeable, and we have a good conversation. Because I've been to the factory, I know for the fact that the head shoemaker is very much a guy who likes to tinker with stuff. So like there are like different brands boots in his factory that he's just basically cut open with a knife and cut open the different layers to see how they've manufactured it and what kind of materials they've used. I will give points here and there about stuff. What they do with that, like at the moment, they're still using the same boots that they came out with like 2 years ago. Obviously, there's new stuff being worked on, but how much influence I've had on that so far, I couldn't tell you. It's been lots of like, I think this is a good idea. Yeah, we'll have a look at that. Or we're kind of moving in a different direction. But how much that'll come out in a final product, I have no idea right now. So.
Another one for you there, Andrew.
We recently signed Rio Hatuse, who is Vissel Kobe. What are your thoughts on that's a good signing? The thing I like about the championship is like the skill level and like the technical ability of players has gotten so much higher than it used to be that J League players now feel at home in the championship, whereas before they were kind of stuck in a rock and a hard place because some of them, like I don't want to be harsh, but some of them didn't quite have the mentality for the Premier League, but they weren't kind of rough and tumble players like you'd see in the championship. But now the championship has obviously increased levels. And English football and world football as a whole, the technical abilities become so much more important that I think you're generally going to get a really good signing out of that.
There we go. Nice. Another one for you there, Andrew.
If I'm a Barca supporter, which J League team should I follow? Vissel Kobe. They are sponsored by Rakuten, who sponsored Barcelona for a while. Rakuten is from Kobe, if I remember correctly. Mikitani-san, the guy who's CEO of Rakuten, is a huge soccer guy. When they signed Iniesta, they actually were sending coaches over to Barcelona to learn from Barcelona coaches. And they're having Barcelona coaches here to learn more about business and stuff. So there's a huge transfer going on. They're actually hiring guys who knew Catalan and Spanish, which is a very narrow subset of skills for people living in Japan. But yeah.
Nice. There we go.
Are the A60S Lite X-Fly Pro 3 a lot better than the Pro 2 with the extra 40?
Yes.
For me, yes. Yes. Yeah. The leather is still pretty nice on the Pro 2, but that is the one problem people have kind of had with the Pro 2. The leather was never as nice as some of their other products, but the Pro 3 is just upper so much nicer.
Yeah, I've only got experience with the Pro 2 Limited, and the jump is massive. And I think the Pro 2 Limited synthetic is amazing, but the jump is huge. Like, absolutely huge.
Barca's broke. I still think Vissel is a good team to support. They're kind of up there in terms of the players they've got and stuff.
If the Barca women's team could stop selling like your best players to Chelsea, that'd be lovely. Like,
they could stop being pieces of shit. Would be a start as well.
Well, yes, that would also that is a different. I feel like we've done enough of that today, but yeah, that is an entirely different conversation. Jesus, probably should have gone there too, but you know. Okay, that has been
that's good.
A good podcast, I think. If anybody has any questions, please let me know. Just
let me know
here.
I didn't.
Or
I need to go back and rewatch it. Sorry.
Oh yeah, Tokyo drop them down in the comments. Yeah, there we go. Oh, hold on. Cool. Okay, with that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, yes, Hassan, I hope we are persuading you to buy the ASICs because they're so damn good.
They are ridiculously good.
Go and check out Andrew at Lockout Bootblog on Instagram, and that is the blag. And also, obviously, Pro 3, easy. And the X-Fly 5 was my boot of the year last year, so Pro 3. And yes, you can find me here. Please do get subscribed. All that good stuff. I've lost all my train of thought. Just get subscribed, follow the channel. If you want to become a member, please become a member.
Over the place. Like, I was messaging somebody at the beginning trying to source some boots for myself.
This has been all over the place. Thanks everybody for joining. Appreciate it. I didn't even bring up Chris Pottle's custom. Chris Pottle's got an amazing custom design that's basically the same as those white and gold SKX. Go and check out Chris Pottle. Chris, if you're still here, put it on your story. It's a pair of Glitch Shock, and they're the same design as that SKX. So, Chris, if you're still here, put it on your story. If you're not, I'll try and find it and put it on my story. Clippy, go and check out Clippy's video. All shows, shout out your videos to people, etc. I'm gonna have to go. My brain's fried. I'm done. And I need to go and see what's happening with my tiny human. Catch you later, guys.
See
Bye.
You.